Hello everyone, welcome to class 1 of CS2. I'm Pratap from Smears Education Solutions. I'm pleased to give you an introduction to stochastic process in today's class. Whenever stochastic process comes to mind, we want to know how it is different from a random variable. We are used to modeling using random variable in CS1. Now for the first time, we are seeing the application of a stochastic process. This is a random graph, and here on 1st May 2002, the price is given. On 1 June 2002, price is given. Price of any stock, suppose, or maybe price of index. On 1 July, it's given here. 1 August, it's given here. 1 September, it's given here. And you need to predict what will be the stock price on 1 October. This is 1 August, 1 September, 1 October. The stock price you need to predict. For that reason, we have a graph like this. Now, this is for the first time we are exposed to this kind of a graph. The first and foremost here is to capture the experience, to capture the past, to capture the data, we say. So the data, the value here, the value here, the value here, the value here, and the value here. This is data. If you capture the data, then you will be able to predict on 1 October 2000. This is 2002 though. It's already passed, but yeah, we can assume this as an example. So if you want to predict here, this is a future date, suppose, and we are here, we are somewhere here, and we have this data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to capture this data. A random variable is not sufficient to capture this data. For this, we need a stochastic process. How stochastic process is different from a random variable? A random variable is a static one. A stochastic process is a dynamic one. We can capture the data, the past experience, using a stochastic process, and then we'll predict the future. You will be able to understand fairly at the end of this class. Let's proceed further. Here we have x and xt. Remember, x is a random variable, xt is a stochastic process. Even xt is also a random variable. You will be able to know what is the difference in some time. I've just added one subscript here, xt. Here x, here xt. Whenever I come across this kind of a question and someone says, what is the difference between a random variable and a stochastic process? I say a bus is like a random variable and a train is like a stochastic process. When we talk about train, we have so many bogies. When we talk about a bus, we have only one many. See the difference. When I write xt, we have x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. However, x is only 1. That's how it's static. You can say this is x, and this is x1, this is x2, this is x3, this is x4, this is x5. So many compartments here. Now, what are these x1, x2, x3, x4, x5? I wanted to derive from x, xt. What is x here? The number Mr. Amit selected out of the 3 numbers 1 to 3. Suppose Mr. Amit has to select a number out of 1 to 3. For me, it's completely random. So for me, it's a random variable. Mr. Amit is here and he will select a number. He might select 1 or 2 or 3. I don't know. For me, it's a completely random variable. It's completely random. I have absolutely no idea That is what random variable is. Now for someone who has no idea about mathematics and statistics, it's a complete random variable. However, I know a bit of statistics, so I can write in this way, and then I will proceed further. I will apply statistical methods to say something more about this. Even using this simple example, we can do a lot. For that, you need to go through my earlier videos. You can follow the link. Now, these are the three options, and these are the probabilities associated with these three numbers. So when we say random variable, we have no idea. When you specify the distribution, then we have some idea. Initially, we say we don't know. Then we studied statistics. We say the possibilities 1, 2, 3. It could be either 1 or 2 or 3. Then we specify also the chances here, though they are equally likely 1/3, because nothing is said about the way Amit can select. So equally likely. Now this is the complete distribution of the random variable X. Let's take it very simple and repeat this many times. You do it every day, and we fix time also. 10 a.m. I've written here each day. Suppose on the first day you select one of the three numbers. You tell me one here. First day Amit selects 1. Second day Amit selects 2. Third day he selects 2. Fourth day 3. Fifth day 1. And you need to predict what number he will select on sixth day. This is what we want to know. So for that, you need to capture the data and you need to predict the future. We need a stochastic process. The difference between this diagram and this diagram lies in probabilities. We have written only possibilities here. 1, 2, 3 are the three possibilities. Here 1, 2, 3 possibilities and their probabilities. Here possibilities, their probabilities. Here possibilities on third day, their probabilities. On fourth day, the possibilities are 1 to 3 and the probabilities are 1 to 3. Here if you say this random variable and this random variable, there is no link. They are independent and identically distributed. X1, X2, X3, X4, X5, they are independent and identically distributed. However, we'll go much more than this. Now, coming to this diagram, this is more useful and you see more frequently this kind of a diagram. Here, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. This is called Markov chain. However, there is no link between this and this. We'll try to establish link using Markov chain. That will come in the next video. I'm just giving introduction to stochastic process in today's class. Now, here 1, 2, 3, when I say these are the numbers, I started with a simple example, selecting numbers out of 1 to 3. Suppose you want to track someone who is traveling. This guy travels from one city to the other city. Suppose this is Delhi, this is Mumbai, and this is Bangalore. And he travels cities frequently. And you want to know on 1st January each year, suppose this is 2018, 17, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2000, this is 2020, right? This is 2019, 2018, 17, 16. You want to predict at 6 on 2021 January where he is. So he was in Delhi on 1st January 2016 and then in Bangalore then in Mumbai, then in Bangalore, then in Delhi. Now where you will be on 1st January 2021. This is what you need to predict. From here to here, here to here, here to here, you can track. That is the data. You capture the data, then predict. This is very simple. Let's proceed further. Now, rolling a dice once again. This is static. Static means something which has no link to time. This is a static random variable. When I've written x, I have to define x. X is number of spots that will appear when a dice is rolled once. We can predict using the following probability structure. We know this already. 1 by 6. And any day you do it, at any time, once, these are the possibilities. Only one time. Because we have done it once. That's all. Using the distribution of random variables like Poisson, normal, etc., we are able to predict future outcomes. Again, I'm not going to this. We have already so many models. If you want to know, you can watch other videos for that. We are interested here. Stochastic process is a dynamic process, and we can model quantities which change with time. This is very important, mostly time again. And let me clear another thing here that also comes many times. Let me write random once again. This is random variable and then random process. Remember, when I write variable, random is constant. That is only once. When I say process, it's a process, it takes time. That means it has a time link. You want to observe over 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. That is a process. So random process and stochastic process, they are the same. In some books, they write random process. Here, there is no difference between random and stochastic. You can use random process in place of stochastic process as well. When we say random variable, because random stochastic, they are the same, you can use a stochastic variable also. The replacement for random variable is stochastic variable. The replacement for stochastic process is random process. Because stochastic and random, they are the same. That means probabilistic. Now, we use random variable and stochastic process. We use these two. This one and this one. When we say variable, we use mostly random. You can use stochastic. When we say process, we use mostly stochastic. You can say random as well. See, this is not a new one. The same thing I've written here. XT, outcome of a dice rolled at 10 a.m. on 10th day. So these are the outcomes. I've not written probabilities now. I've written probabilities here below. At time 1, the random variable is x1. At time 2, random variable is x2. At time 3, random variable is x3. At time 4, random variable is x4. At time 5, random variable is x5. And each one is a random variable. The total, in total, we say this is a stochastic process. Now, what are the chances at 1? Either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. These are the possibilities called state space. Here also the possibilities are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here the possibilities are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because we have repeated the same outcome of a dice rolled at 10 a.m. on 10th day, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, that way. And we'll do most of the stochastic process through these diagrams. It will be very easy for you to visualize. Time space is this one. The time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And state space, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is called state space. the possibilities at each point. And this is timeline. The difference between 1 and 2 is 1 day here. In this example, it could be 1 year, 1 hour, 1 second, 1 minute. And in continuous time, there might not be any gap as well. We'll go to those things later. Here, all possible values. When we talk about x1, the random variable at time 1, x1 is the options 1 to 6, and the probabilities are here. I've not mentioned the probabilities are 1 by 6. You must be knowing. Probability that x1 will take 1 is 1 by 6. Probability that x1 will take 2 is 1 by 6. Probability that x1 will take a value 6 is 1 by 6. Here also the probabilities are 1 by 6. Here also the probabilities are 1 by 6. They are independent. Probabilities are not changing. Process is not changing because they are independent and identical. Now, consider two products as an example. Products are A and B. You can take any two products you like. Two cars, suppose, but you have to number 1 and 2. This is product A, this is product B. Maruti car or some other car you can write, Honda City, that way, two products. But you have to number here. So we numbered as 1, this is numbered as 2, this is the timeline, and x1, probability that x1 is 1 is 0.6, probability that x1 is 2 is 0.4. That means here, remember at time 1, this could be 2016, suppose. What is the probability that x1 takes value 1? That is 0.6. So here, what is x1? The random variable. Let me not write 2016. x1 is the random variable at 1. And there is a 60% chance that x1 is 1. That means using Maruti car, Honda City, 40%. x2 is 1 means at time 2, what is the probability that a particular person uses Maruti car? That is 0.2. Then here 0.8. If you are wondering how the probabilities change, that's how the process change. We'll go to that in the next slide. x3 1, x3 2, x4 1, x4 2. We'll try to see the change, the people, how they change their products from year to year. Here probabilities change from one point to the next point with time, and these new probabilities are found by a series of matrix multiplications with the initial distribution probabilities available. This is important. We'll start with this. The transition matrix will be given for the time being, and we need to estimate transition matrix probabilities using past experience when course progresses. Now, what is transition matrix? We know the probabilities here. I can write, even I've written probabilities here and here. Here also we can write something randomly now. We'll see how these probabilities are connected to this. In between, we'll have transition matrix. We'll learn that in the next slide. See, these are the possibilities here. These are the possibilities here. Suppose you are at 1. What is the probability that you will be at 1 next time? You will be at 2 next time. You will be at 3 next time. Suppose you cleared 1 paper now. What is the probability that next paper you would have cleared 3 papers? There is a 20% chance. What is the probability that you would have cleared 2 papers? 30% chance. What is the probability that you would have cleared only 1? There is no more progress, 50%. That way, from 1, you can go to any number next time. This year, your income is 1 crore. Next year, your income could be 1, 2, 3. Now, I have taken a finite number of choices. From 2 as well, we can connect 1, 2, 3. From 3, we can connect 1, 2, 3. So, these are captured here. 0.5, 0.3, 0.2. These are called conditional probabilities. These are not total probabilities. These are the total probabilities at 1 and 2. These are conditional probabilities, present, future. I can write today, tomorrow, if the time gap is 1 day, I will write this year, next year, if the time gap is 1 year, I will write this hour, next hour, if the time gap is 1 hour. Suppose you are predicting the temperature next hour, then the gap will be 1 hour. In general, we write present and future. This means I have to write 1, 2, 3 as well. 1, 2, 3 here. Presently, I am at 1. What is the probability that I will be at 1 from 1 to 1? Remember this way, from 1 to 1, this is 0.5. That is what mentioned here. From 1 to 2, 30%. From 1 to 2, 30%. That is here. From 1 to 3, that is 20%. That's here. Similarly, starting from 2, you can find the probabilities. I have not written in the diagram. That is 0.1, 0.6, 0.3. That is the second row. If you start from here, you will get second row. If you start from here, you will get third row. I've written all probabilities here. This is called transition matrix. These are conditional probabilities. Suppose I want to write this 0.5. 0.5 will be equal to this. Again, let's not worry about this one now. This is P11 notation, probability that you will move from 1 to 1. This is the first element here. Notation also I can write. Notation will be like this. 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. 1, 1 is 0.5, 1, 2 is 0.3 here. 2 to 1, 2 to 2, 2 to 3. 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. It will require 3 classes for you to understand fully. However, you can follow most of the things in today's class. P11. Probability that at time 2, it's 1. Given that at time 1, it's 1. It was 1. This way we write. This 0.5 is going from 1 to 1. Going from 1 to 1. If you write going from 1 to 2, this will be 0.3. If you write going from 1 to 3, it will be 0.2. Just remember this for the time being. You will do these things 100 times. This is the last example of today's class. Here we talk about 2 products A and B. Suppose products are Close-Up and Colgate. Each year, this is 1 January 2020. Each year, how we change the products. That's what we can observe using stochastic process. For that, we need a transition matrix that is given here in this example. Later, we'll be able to estimate this. Now, A to A changing behavior written here, A to A 90%. That means 90% of people, they change from Close-Up to Close-Up in 1 year. The time gap is 1 year. So from A to A, 90%, the change means they stick to the same product, they use the same product. And the change from A to B is 10%. 10% people presently using Close-Up will change to Colgate. 10% will change to Colgate. 90% will continue to use Close-Up. How about B, the second product, Colgate? 50% will stick to the same brand and 50% will change to the other brand. Now, starting from B here, B to A is 50%. 50% will continue to use next year. However, 50% will change to Close-Up. And we want to observe that change. And initially, in the question it's given, they are 50-50. I've taken 600 for a reason. You can start with 100 people. Suppose the market is big size and there are only 2 products in the market. Okay. This is a market and people are staying. And suppose this is a place, only 600 people are staying. The number of people they are staying is 600. So 300 use product A and 300 use product B equal. We'll start with this. 300 here, 300 here. 1 300, 2 300. 50-50 I've written here as well. 50%, 50% market capitalization we can say. You can write using probabilities 0.5, 0.5. This one is actually probability that I've written 1 here. I could have written 0 also. So I have to write x1. x1 is 1, that is 0.5. If you are seeing for the first time, just try to understand. Okay, remember, repetition is the key. When you see 5-6 examples, you will be able to remember easily. Second product 50-50. 50%, 50%. 50% means 300 out of 600. 300 out of 600. In terms of probabilities, we write here. So now next year it will be 70-30. You have to just multiply matrix. I will discuss why you have to multiply this transition matrix to get the distribution next year. When we talk about 70-30%, 70% is 420, 180. That means now 300 use close up, 300 use Colgate. Next year 420 will be using close up and 180 will be using Colgate. If you continue that way, what will happen after a long period of time? That's what we want to observe. That is called stationarity. When you get stationary distribution, that's a question. And what will be the stationary distribution? You will wonder to know that once 500, 100 ratio to this ratio, it will come 5/6, 1/6. We'll do mathematically. See here, we'll go to that. When it will become 5/6, 1/6, I mean 5/6 of 300, 600 is 500 and 1/6 is 100. It will no more change. It will no more change means it's not that people will stop changing their products. People will continue to change their product. However, the overall number, there will be no change. See, 500, 100, 500, 100, 500, 100. It will continue. This is where we reach to a stationary distribution. We'll discuss more about this in the subsequent classes. Again, mathematically, we'll be able to find. But now for the time being, if you multiply this with this one, you will get 5/6, 1/6. Here we multiplied, we got 0.7, 0.3. Again, we multiplied, we got 0.78, 0.22. But if you, when you will reach, I'm not saying that now. That is not a part of our discussion. Once you reach 5/6, 1/6, it will no more change. Okay. Now, why it will not change? Because they will continue, people continue to change in this way using the transition matrix I've written here, but there will be no difference in the overall number. Suppose 90% will stay here, 450 will stay here, and 10% will go there. 10% of 50 is 500 is 50. 50% of these people, they will come here, that is 50, and 50% they will stay here, 50. You see, total is 50 plus 50, 100. 450 plus 50 is 500. The overall position will not change because the people are so much here. 10% of that is quite a lot. The people are so less here. 50% of that is not quite a lot that will come here. So 450 of this, they will be here. Another 50 will change and they will come here. That way, your overall position will not change. It's like, I can say, someone who is very rich, you give 1% of your wealth and I will give 100% of my wealth. Maybe I will be better off in this kind of a transaction. Similarly here, so many people are here. That's how they contribute. 10% they go, 10% come, and finally there is no change in the overall position. Even here also, because we have taken two states, you can find it without using matrix multiplication. 300 here, 300 here in absolute number, in probability 0.5, 0.5, 50, 50 out of 600. When we say 90% will stay here, 150, sorry, 90% of this is 270 and 30 will go here. And out of 300, 50% will come here, that is 150, and 50% will stay here. Next time you will get 180. I've written here 180. And this is 420, 420. However, doing this way is better. Here there are 2 states, so you can check this one. However, if you have 10 states, you can't find this way. So you have to multiply matrix. Again, things will get clearer when you go through a lot of examples. How matrix multiplication helps, we multiply this way, 0.5 into 0.9, 0.5 into 0.5, that way you get 0.7, 0.3, 70%, 30%. Find 70% of this, you get the absolute number, that is 420, where 420 here. And find 30%, you get 120 here. So from this probability, you will get these numbers. From this probability, you get these numbers. And you will get these numbers from this probability. You continue doing that, and a time will come when the overall position will not change. That's where you will you will reach stationarity. Again, we are not discussing stationarity in this class. You remember how a process change with time. You have to know how people change the products. Again, this is called transition matrix. From here to here, we have taken a constant transition matrix from time to time. That will again change. A whole lot of things will come, but it's very easy if you understand. If you visualize it through diagrams, it will be dead easy for you. It's very, very interesting. So a lot of things will come in course of time. This much for today's class. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel to keep up with our latest content. Thank you.